Alright. I'm ready. Let me just make sure that it's not letting me. There we go. Making sure I'm audible. It seems I am. Now see how to fix this thing. Tilt it up a little bit. Alright. We're good there. Kinda. Yeah, we're fine. I feel tilted. So let's straighten this up. Yeah, that's a little better. Alright. Now ready for part 2 of this series. I did forget to do something, so I guess I'll do this on stream. I wanted to just subtly make the give myself better equipment as things went on to give the illusion of improvement. So while we're waiting for the queue to come up, I think I'm going to make things go up to, I don't know, level 20. 25, because from the levels that we were last time, it put us at about level 20. The submissions we were at. So let's just do a little bit of shopping. I don't remember ending at an inn, but okay. Oh, that might just be where it puts you after New Game Plus. Okay, and we want to go to we want to go shopping, so yeah, we want to go this way. All right. There's the so yeah, we'll buy a Carnage sword. That's a mender. Do remember having to do that. Fieldcraft merchant, independent merchant. I think armor is. Oh, I'm walking the wrong way. Forgot that this is actually the second half of the... Okay. Battlecraft armor. Here we go. Yeah, we'll go 20. Okay. You won't ever be able to see the head, so we don't have to buy a head. We'll buy an Iron Cuirass. Some iron gauntlets. Whoa, hold up. Yeah, okay. Doing this a little too fast. You can't see belts either, so I'm not going to worry about that. Some padded cotton trousers. And iron sabatons. Okay. Oh no, I just realized something that I didn't research this before. Because all my equipment is actually just chain stuff, so can I recast the glamour to make it just look like the Carnage sword we just bought? I can. Okay. Oh, I didn't buy a shield. I'll live. Which one did we just buy? Iron Cuirass. That was it. Iron gauntlets. padded cotton trousers. And the sabatons. And while we're here, let's get that, alright. We look very, we look very blue. Blue and purple. Still looks ugly, but it looks like we're continuing. Okay, so now let's go to New Game Plus. We resume. Okay, and while it's doing that, if you'll give me one moment. Okay, I actually have to suspend for a moment. I'm going to put it back on the on this while I check out. I need to find my phone just real quick. Okay, let me reset this up. Come on. I need to actually get a stand for this thing so I don't have to keep on messing with it. Because right now I have to basically lean it against me. And that works. Alright. For now. At least until it falls over. Okay, so hopefully... Yeah, no, this won't work because I have to move my arm too much. Stuff I should have done before stream, but I had a busy morning. So, forgive me. Come on. For your entertainment, me struggling with a big piece of fabric. Might go to Walmart literally right after this to go and get a stand. Okay. Now I think it's up on its own. So now we can continue on with our story. So we didn't actually finish the last bit of our last mission, which is to go talk to Reborn at the Hall of the Flames. Which over there in the front of the city, the Immortal Flames are basically the police force / military of Ul'dah. Okay, and there's he is. I've been waiting for you, Shadow. I trust you are fully recovered? Good, because there's much work to be done. Work that I would have you do. Listen well, Shadow. This will take some time to explain. The Ul'dah Envoy. Part 1. I think that's what it said. I've prepared these letters for my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. "5 years ago, we took on, powerless, as our brothers and sisters... we looked on, powerless as our brothers and sisters were taken from us at Cartano, first by the Garleans, and then by the thrice-damned Primal called forth by their treachery. Not a day goes by that I do not think of my fallen comrades, and of the Warriors of Light, of whom no trace remains. The tragedies of the calamity are not so easily forgotten, nor should they be. In remembering all that we've lost, we're reminded of what we still have. And so I mean to mark the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartano with the memorial service honoring the fallen. It is my hope that my counterparts in the Alliance will agree to do the same. And I would have you bear my word to them as my personal envoy. Why you? Because your deeds mark you out as the nearest thing I have to a warrior of light. I can think of none who are more worthy of the role. The question is, will you accept it? Of course. Then it is agreed. You will journey to Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as my official representative. Now that's a great many malms to travel, but I've neither the time nor patience to wait around while you do it on foot. I hereby grant you permission to use the airship routes connecting the 3 city-states. This pass serves as a proof of your privilege. Gone are the days when airship travel was available to all. The ever-present threat of Imperial attack has forced us to impose drastic restrictions out of concern for public safety. These passes are only granted when circumstance demands it, as in this case. Though there were others who insisted you be granted one regardless. I, Shadow, I am not alone in seeing it. Your potential is plain. But I have said enough. In the name of the Sultana, I bid you forth. See for yourself the wonders of the realm for which the warriors of light risked all. Rise to your calling and fulfill your promise. And should your path be barred by man or beast, strike fast and true, for victory belongs to the bold. Now go, Shadow, and heed the crystal's guidance should you ever lose your way. Okay, so before we go to we spent all last stream still in Ul'dah, so now we get to see the other 2 city-states from the base game. But remember when I said that I was okay with the shield not being glamored? I changed my mind. I want it glamored. I don't know if that counts as a shield or the yeah, okay, so it counts as it's going to be in the weapons part. There we go. Okay. Ooh, I don't like those kind of shields, though. Ooh, I hate all these shields. We'll go for Iron Kite. Okay, that goes a little bit more with the set, I think. But now, anyway. Oh, first we need to speak with Mamodi. Ah, back from meeting with Raubon, are you? What did the big man have to say? Is that a fact? Personal envoy of the Flame General himself. So you'll be bearing the great man's words to the leaders of the Alliance, will you? And by airship. Bugger me, that's an honor and a half, that is. But I can't think of anyone who deserves it more. I'm proud of you, Shadow. I truly am. Now, I dare say Raubon told you this, but not many people get to go on airships these days. In fact, most folks go to their graves having never once seen an orgia from above. Poor buggers shuffle off to meet Thal, having never known the blues of Limsa Lominsa's shimmering seas, or the myriad greens of the leafy Gridania. But not you, Shadow. You'll see those sights and more, and everywhere you go, you'll find fascinating folk with fascinating tales to tell. The people you meet, the places you go, savor those experiences, for they are priceless, all. Saying that, it'd be remiss of me if I didn't mention, to remind you to be careful out there. Alda ain't the only place beset by troubles, as you'll discover when you visit Limsa and Gridania. Truth be told, that might well be exactly what the General wants you to realize. I think he knows what kind of man you are, Shadow. And what kind's that, you ask? Why, the kind that can't resist sticking his nose in other people's business, of course, and don't you ever go changing. Safe travel, Shadow. I'll see you when you get back. You know, I've been playing this game since 2013, and I'm just now realizing that I do not know where the Adventures Guild is, and or I don't realize, I might know, but I don't know that I know. Yeah, where the Adventures Guild is for the other two city-states. Alright, Greetings, sir. This is the reservation counter for passengers traveling to Limsa Lominsa. If I'm not mistaken, you are the Flame General's envoy, Shadow Blyson, yes? Highwind Skyways is at your service. Will you be flying with us today? Whoops. Oh. Attention all passengers. The airship bound for Limsa Lominsa is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. When first we met beneath the Sultan tree, I sensed there was something unusual about him. I wonder if they feel the same. Godspeed, Shadow. Godspeed. If I'm right, they'll be singing your praises from here to the far reach before long. May you always walk in the light of the crystal.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till Lake lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great meat guard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincibility invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest. Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balzar.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus' plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Alright, so we've now been introduced to our villains for Realm Reborn. At least most of them. I gotta follow code. Need to go out the exit. Ah, you must be the envoy from Ul'dah. Welcome to Limsa, sir. Admiral, Blefiswin? That's how I'm gonna say it. There are gonna be some names and I'm just not gonna be able to say it right. Blefiswin seems close enough though. Awaits your arrival. So this is, Limsa. It is the stereotypical port town. So it's near the ocean. Well, it is in the ocean. And, yeah, this is honestly one of my favorite areas in the game. You are the Ul'dah envoy. Welcome to Limsa. The Admiral has been looking forward to your arrival. Please, proceed to the Crow's Lift at your earliest convenience. It will take you to Bulwark Hall. Once there, pray speak with Xanthal. He will be pleased to show you in the Admiral's command room on the bridge. Alright, so... heading to Bulwark Hall. Greetings, sir, and welcome to our fair city. If you would permit me to examine the seal on the missive you carry. Yes, everything seems to be in order. My apologies. We cannot afford to be complacent, you understand? Please, step this way.
Enter. So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for them. It appears the Uldans place great faith in you. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Melvib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limso Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from Thanaland?
A memorial service to honor the fallen. Seven hells. Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Garlean Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was in answer to the imperial threat that the city-states formed their grand companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew, but Garlemald was not content to wager all on a simple contrast of martial might. They had other plans, the Meteor Project. Legatus Nael von Darnus, Hell's Takem, intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser moon, Dalamud, from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent the lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to the Cartano Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion in battle. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen full many. But though we have no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort, we could not prevent what followed. From inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare, a dragon the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe that scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even as I steeled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and the still smoldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louis Sois still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nations struggle to recover from the devastation, the beastmen call forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our forces will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders, waiting to strike. Damn it all, we need a champion to replace what we've lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short, and none will save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea, and this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. Aye, Reborn has the right of it. I accept his proposal. Your duty is done here, adventurer. I will see to it that the Flame General receives my reply. You travel next through Gridania, yes? Pray give my regard to the elder seed seer. Oh, and tell her the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest, and one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it all the same. Fare you well, Shadow. May the navigator guide you on your journey. Alright. So we didn't get to see much of Double L, but... I was about to say how much I like Gridania too, and then I realized that Ul'dah, even though that's my, that's Shadow's home, and that's where he is, I like both other city-states more. Greetings, good sir. You're the Ul'dah envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray, make your way into the city proper, and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nofita's altar. She will admit you to the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seed Seer awaits. Will do. We actually get to see a little bit of Gridania. You see, this is the stereotypical forest place. So. And I really like it. I could have teleported, but because I'm doing this for, you know, story's sake, I thought it'd be good for, you know, take a stroll. Enjoy the game a little bit, you know? See somebody putting on a show in the middle of the stage. I didn't miss my turn, did I? I did not. You are the Ul'dah envoy? Begging your pardon, sir, but I must inspect the missive you bear. Verily, this is a seal of the Supreme Commander of the Immortal Flames. Please come with me.
So you are the Ul'dah envoy. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please, Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan A. Senna, Elder Seed Seer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Flame General.
A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. Pray tell me, adventurer, what do you know of our conflict with the Empire? It would seem my counterparts recounted the tale in some detail. That is well. A message from the Admiral. A wolf has been sniffing around her stables, you say? I see. Well, I shall be pleased to provide her with such counsel as I am able. But first, friend of my friend, I will tell you more of the Garlean threat. For the greater part of its history, Garlemald was not even amongst the most influential nations in Isilbard, the northern continent. However, its innovations in the field of magitech some 50 years past helped to raise it from the depths of obscurity. Emboldened by this technology, it set about subjugating its neighbors, swiftly absorbing each onto its ever-expanding territory, and when all of Isilbard lay within its grasp, it turned its ravenous gaze upon Eorzea. Yet Garlemald's transformation did not come about by virtue of magitech alone. Its success owed much to the consummate leadership of its first and reigning emperor, Solus Zos Galvus, the man who built an empire in his own lifetime. Yet he has lived long, and after more than 80 winters, it is said that he grows frail and ever more prone to illness. If rumors are to be believed, the matter of succession has destabilized the imperial court. This would explain the empire's relative inactivity in recent years, which has granted us a much-needed time to rebuild. Yet we cannot allow ourselves to become complacent, for Garlemald still maintains a presence in Eorzea in the form of the 14th Imperial Legion. Commanding this great host is Legatus Gaius van Balzar, a man whose ambitions are well known to us. So long as he breathes the Eorzean air, none of us may ever sleep easy. The calamity wreaked such devastation upon the realm that it has been all we can do to nurse our own wounds, never mind rebuild our defenses. Simply put, we have not the strength to repel the Empire. To add to our woes, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, whose very existence is a bane upon the land. Each nation is beset with its own primal problem. None has the resources to look beyond its own borders. The Admiral desires my counsel regarding a brazen wolf. She means to tell me that the Empire may soon resume its advance. Though the primals impose an undeniable threat to our survival, the threat posed by the Garleans is greater still. Clearly, each nation can no longer afford to think only of which occurs within its own borders. A storm gathers upon the horizon. If we are to weather it, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may help to rekindle the spirit of unity which brought the peoples of Eorzea together when last the Empire threatened our liberty. The Flame General was wise to make his proposal, and I wholeheartedly approve of it. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. Your work here is done, my friend. I shall send my reply to the Flame General forthwith. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safely home. Call of the Sea. I pray your meeting with the Elder Seed Seer went well, my Lord Envoy. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but did you not also deliver a message to Admiral Merweb Blosfowin of Limsa Lominsa? While you were there, did you happen to meet Badaron, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench? Gregarious gentleman, always happy to help his fellow man. Well, I am told that he is a task for a capable adventurer. I know not what the task entails, but I dare say the Flame General's personal envoy would make a fine candidate. If you are interested in learning more, pray speak with Bateron in his establishment. Alright. So now we're going to see, well, if I can... If I can use the controller right. There we go. So it did say that airships are available, but who needs that when we can teleport, you know? So, now you see, Limsa is the place where everybody tends to hang out. So, I might actually lose a bit of bandwidth or whatever here. People also tend to like to put on shows, as you see here. So, that's interesting. But, we're here for, we're here on business. And because I don't actually know... Alright, and here's the Drowning Winch. This must be the Adventurers Guild. Yep, okay. So Bateron is the Momodi of Limsa. Welcome to the Drowning Winch. Sit down wherever you like, mate. I'll be with you in a... Yeah, I'm Bateron. Alright, who's asking? Or as I've got a job for a capable adventurer, you say? Well, you're bloody right. Just so you're fair warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things liable to get downright bleeding airy. But if you think you're still interested, let me know, and I'll find you, and I'll fill you in on the details. Oh, okay, that's the end of part 1. Well, then that's a really odd place to stop. Huh. Well, then, part 2 it is. Kind of wish I didn't have to leave early last Saturday then. I could have gone just a few more minutes. Okay, but anyway, now we're back to Bateron. It's probably pirates. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word's that some suspicious looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of Sastasha Seagrot. And I need a trustworthy sort to eat 'em up north of Aleport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it weren't so long as the flashbacks set. But it weren't so long ago as the fishbacks pet pirates paid us an unwelcome visit, and folk are feeling a bit nervous. If you would permit me, Master Baradon, I would be happy to elaborate. Okay, somebody who can speak normally, hopefully. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. And what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Rayner? Come to make sure be patrons are behaving, or just thirsty? Neither. In fact, I was informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation, and I came to offer what information I could sift from recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Aleport in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. The information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a route patrol of the region, the Sastasha Seagrot included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of Corials had taken up residence in the cave, nothing to concern us, in short. In light of the recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha again. But with the Sahagin testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces of my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in the matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it's settled. Sastasha is located in western Lanosia. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Vmelpa. She can be found in the ferry docks and the lower docks. You are the man. Good luck to you, lad. So what this is setting up for, you know, if we were playing normally from the beginning, is the first dungeon of the game. So let's head to the lower docks. Not that way. Oh, I said docks. It's decks. Ooh, I love limousine mornings. Just this, the pink sky. It's good. But anyway. Again, we're here on business. There we go. So we should teleport to the Fisherman's Guild. Oh, no, we haven't. I'll walk. We haven't. Gotta get a good look at Limsa. Okay, I don't want to leave. No, it leads to the... No, I can... Ah, did I take a wrong turn? Do I need to go down? And I can't jump down there. Whoops. Maybe I can jump down here. Yes. I thought I remember the Fisherman's Guild being up higher. I guess that doesn't make sense. Because they would obviously want to be... Wait, no, I'm still taking a wrong turn. Maybe I should have just teleported to the guild. Again, you think after playing it this long, I'd know the geography. Yeah, I should have read that correctly. I should have been looking at what it was actually in front of me instead of looking at the mini-map. I'm guilty of that a lot. If I had just seen that this is just a downward stairs that loops back the other way, I wouldn't have made that mistake. Need to go around. You hear about Commodore Rayner's investigation. Then you want to board a ferry bound for Aleport. Once you arrive in West Renosia, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sastasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk here will prepare you. Train you with the skills you've got to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Seagrot. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of Aleport. Head inside, and one of your seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. And we're bound for Aleport. Okay, so here we can use Foghorn again. Oh, I didn't check to see if we can get rid of the music when you're on a chocobo. So I'm not going to do it. Oh, wait, sorry. I want to look at this guy, because if you play Final Fantasy... Oh, never mind, he left. Yeah, he's way over there now. But he's riding something that looks like an enemy from Final Fantasy VI. Oh, wait, I don't have to do, like, actual Hall of Nava stuff, do I? Also, if I remember right, I don't think this building existed when the game first came out. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jacket sent word. I hear you are brave to the depths of the I hear you are to brave the depths of the Sastasha Seagrot. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be a height of foolishness. No, you will need companions. and you shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedule. Speak with him, and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of the Sasasha Sea Grot, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. Alright, and since we don't need any of this basic stuff, and we're going to be doing the dungeon a little bit, differently. So here is Sasasha. Please tell me you're here on the Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of these blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know that about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since the vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality have been seen passing in and out of Sasasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot brings to those fishback fancying serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue face tattoos. Okay, so I don't know if New Game Plus is going to force us to do this normally, but what we can do, okay, so because now our new duty is to enter Sasasha, so and instance the dungeon, which this is when you would have to team up with 3 other people. But because I'm level 80, I should be able. Well, I know I can. I just don't know if it counts for I just don't know if it counts for the new game settings. Okay, so there's Sasasha. Okay, so we're going in here alone because I can absolutely wipe everything in here. And we should be able to do this, like, just on our own for at least Realm Reborn and maybe even Heavensward. I don't know, though. So here's our first real dungeon of the game. Let's go. So you'll see nothing here will be too much of a threat. I can just... They are going to aggro automatically, so I can't just leave them though. So we're gonna be taking out a lot of bats and stuff. So dungeons tend to follow a set path where it's 3 bosses or 2 mini bosses and a real boss, with usually some sort of task to do in between. Oh wait, is my tank stance on? It's not. I should still have it on, even if I'm not really in any danger. This just makes me even more efficient. You can only hurt these giant clams when their mouth is open, so I'm trying to time it a little bit. It does make you feel like a super soldier just running through all of this. Okay, so whenever you see these purple indicators, that tends to mean a boss is coming up. So we go in here, And because I always let other people do it, I've actually forgotten which of these corals trigger the boss, so we'll hit all of them. And that's not it. It must be the blue. There we go. So here's our first mini boss, Chopper. Giving you a good look at him because he's not going to last long. One hit kill. I'm poisoned though. And that's what we didn't want to see. So we're already to another one, but I know that this is just a little... This is just a preview. Okay, so there's Captain Madison. So he confirmed pirates. Try and catch me, you two-legged landlubber, he says. And we gotta fight some of his cutthroats. I hope we can open this with, oh wait, the door's locked. I forgot. I've done so many dungeons that I've forgotten where exactly things are. I'm pretty sure the key's in here. Nope, because that one's also locked. Oh, never mind. I forgot that I was just supposed to kill enemies until I found it. Might just be because I'm watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I feel like I kind of feel like Cap just walking in and throwing my shield at everybody that I see. Okay, another mini boss. I'm gonna take this moment. I just realized. Oof. Sorry, but I just realized I have it set where it's going to skip certain cutscenes. Cutscenes I actually would want to see. Sorry, I know this is stopping the character configuration, play guide, support that. Okay, it's gonna be somewhere here. Just give me 1 second to. Okay, it's not there. It's not gonna be in sound settings. It's not gonna be in graphics. Gamepad, theme, other. It's gonna be in other settings probably. No. There's a setting to which wait. Well, I think that just fixed my here we go. That's what I want. And also I think I just fixed my complaint with how things move. Oh yes, there we go. That feels much better. Awesome. Now it feels like an actual video game. Alright, but anyway, boss. You know what? I should try my best. I've been using all these moves. I should try my best to only use moves that I would have at this time. For continuity's sake. Because blowing up in light beams doesn't seem like something a low-level person should be able to do right now. Okay, so here is the big boss. Psh, you sully our spawning ground, Shorewalker. And that is a Hagen. So our first real boss is Den, the Orca Tooth, who worships Leviathan, and is also dead. Oh, I didn't. When did they start timing you for, or saying how much time has elapsed during that? Alright, well, there's our first dungeon. Okay, so now we need to go back to the drowning winch. Did I go too far? Oh. I was heading back to the wrong place. I don't know, I'm guessing. And I guess very wrong, but we can look out to see. It's pretty. I really like Limsa. Sorry, I usually mean to mute when I drink. So sorry if that sounded odd. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid the ship has already sailed, friend. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sastasha? It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor. None the worse for its voyage, I pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter. The wheel will turn, and our chance will come. You are right, of course. But there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, grand leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn our a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavor, sir. You're gonna have a hard time without a healer. They have a lancer, a gladiator, and a thaumaturge. Back then, are you? With all your limbs and a tail to tell, I'll wager. Yeah, we wrecked through a dungeon in less than 10 minutes. Fishbacks. And here I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards have you set a shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like you left him in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they were planning, unless they were planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sastasha, of course. Any road. All's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for no more of that. No more in that. Now, I bet you're dying for a rest. But just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking another job. It just so happens that I've had an request for our sister guild in Gridania, see. Seems the forest folk in here are in need of an adventurer. What can get things done? For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with the fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can handle. Can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready, and lay it out for you. Call of the Forest. Ready to hear about that job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania, and that's all I know. But whatever it is he asked to do, I somehow doubt it'd pose for any trouble for adventurers to survive the bedlam in Sestasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll have to have words with Mother Mione, be counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, mate. Yes, I think I spoke about the adventurer stuff too soon. I just didn't pay attention that these other places that we're talking to are the other adventurers guilds. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, not here to dine. Dare I hope you're the adventurer Battaron sent about, are you? You are. The matron be praised. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mione, and the Carling Canopy is my place. With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. This one is called Fire in the Gloom. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mione, but our needs grow ever more pressing. Have none step forward. And good day to you too, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, the journey has been wasted. The journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. This Robin Hood looking dude. My thanks for answering the call, friend. My name is Lewin, and I lead the men and women of the God's Quiver. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtera Deepcroft. The place was once a Gelmorian settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of the Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing. In anticipation of this, I have been compelled to spread our forces through the Twelveswood, lest we be taken unawares. The situation so being, we must turn to our others to deal with the Lambs of Dalamud. Can we rely on you to undertake this task, friend? You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will appraise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. Alright, we're heading to the Central Shroud. See, just the Gridanian forest in the middle of the day. I love it. I love the scenery in this game. But where are we walking? Wait. Oh, I can't jump up from this, can I? I can. Sorry being quiet, I'm just enjoying the calming music. Here are those 3 adventures from before. So this is one of their crypts, and there's just skeletons just walking around. It's pretty neat. You're Shadow Blyson, I take it. Thanks for helping us, friend. No doubt the Bowlord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deepcroft and purge the lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity put an end to the 6th Astral Era. The cultists took the Lesser Moon, Dalamud, for their god, believing that it would deliver them from devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfere with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it, for the sacred Gridania and Eorzea at large put an end to their madness. So now we need to go to the Tomterra Deepcroft. Hopefully my old settings are still up. Oh, I thought I selected it. It is, so let's go. So, that could be an issue. So you can look on the right and see that you have duties or goals. One of them is we got to destroy cultist orbs. Oh. No, we're good. Okay, so it's 1 of 4 done. And it happened so fast, I don't think you noticed that he summoned a void scent, which is what they call demons in this, but summoned a void scent at me. I didn't have to come in here. There's 2. So now a new objective appeared called gotta find a cultist rosary. And there it is. Gonna help us get through that sealed, or that seal. And our bridge to the boss appears. Who summons me from the void to reside within the crude vessel? Then we gotta fight Galavanth the Dominator. You seem surprised. Well, did you not cross our gates in search of blood? Come hither, children of the dawn. The underlying master will drink deep tonight. Ooh, he actually survived more than one hit. Welcome back, Shadow. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deep Croft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Baderon's ringing endorsement left me in little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Beau Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, this has become an ever-common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to finding enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Aver's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah, to the hells with the pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'll be too soon if I ever see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I'll doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered for your healing. But you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by the way, of some parting advice, get rid of Avir's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hell you want with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Avir. Please, forgive me. Seems like this has become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you seem nothing but reliable. If you think you might be interested in the task, say the word, and I will be glad to share the details with you. We're going to go see our pal Momodi again. Call of the Desert. So you're not averse to taking a little trip? Wonderful. As mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Momodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultanate's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you'll pull through unscathed. Now off you go, Shadow, and good luck. So we're going home. I try not to, because this is, real people, I try not to laugh at people's, or mention people, but his name is Barnacle Boy, with an I. That's funny. Alright, what's good, Momodi? Welcome to the Quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy now, if you wouldn't mind showing yourself to... Oh, it's you, Shadow, and here I was, spouting the same tide line. Mione sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all this way just to listen to me prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? Into a Copper Hell. That's the name of this one. The proprietor ought to be arriving any moment now. God's almighty, another second under the sun, and I would have been set afire, a tankard of ale, if you be so kind. Excellent timing, Papa Shan. It just so happens the adventurer who will be handling your petition is here. Oh. Why, if it isn't my good friend Shadow. It does my spirit well to know that you are the one who will be helping us. Mayhap you'd like to appraise Shadow of the mission. Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development of the Copperbell mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of a clan known as the Hecatonches, fearsome creatures who were sealed into the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layer of rock which serves as to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry with their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. Seized. It's no wonder why they're angry. Didn't the Dorn dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, my lady. The people of that age used the Hecatonches to work their mines, but by way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as it oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against the masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecatonches, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well, now that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 300 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, and that makes them danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, that must be subdued. This is a task which we ask you to undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. God bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it's for the best. In case you don't know, Copperbell mines are in western Thanalan. Do take care, you hear? Oh, and one last thing before you depart. An employee of Amagina and Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa. He knows Copperbell mines well. It might behoove you to seek his counsel. He's literally right behind us. Okay. Looking for Painted Mesa. You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You've got guts, mate. I just hope you've got skills to deal with them. Skills to go with them, because things aren't pretty down there. The Hecatonches left the place in a right state, and nearly a week after miners resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second old dynasty was still young, and was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern might never have thought to reopen it. We know full well that about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches keep watch over the entrance, in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation's resting on you, friend. Good luck. Okay, so we're heading back to Horizon, where we caught some bad blast blades last stream. And we also have visited the mines before. Not in the mines, but we've been around here. There's been an incident inside Copperbell Mines. We're here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for our own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the Hecatonches? I don't think that Papashan would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can, and ensure it will. Alright, so now for our third dungeon. Should be leaving what I left behind, because I think it's supposed to be collecting fire sand as well. Fire sand is basically an explosive powder that we use to blow stuff up. Speaking of blowing up, there's the giants they were talking about. Here's our first mini boss, which isn't really more of like a gauntlet. A flambeau. Flambeau. Which I think was supposed to be the actual boss of this, but nope. Maybe not, since there's two. I'm actually starting to doubt. Am I supposed to be doing something while I'm... Because it seemed to go on a while. Oh, yeah, there we go. Kodos. Here's the actual mini-boss. And there he goes. I need to be on the watch for fire sand. Here's our second mini boss, an Icarus Ooze. Which, which I hope I can actually defeat this way. It looks like I will be able to. Because really how you're supposed to beat this is like that. That thing will blow up. And it'll make this split up into smaller, weaker parts. Ooh. You stop. And these should be easy to defeat. Or not. Yeah, they're easy enough. Yeah, I think they're gonna hit me too much in order to... So I have to beat them like this. I guess if I wanted to make it more realistic to how you'd be at this part of the game, I could take off my paladin crystal and just be a gladiator. But nah. It's kind of where they said that these giants are rampaging, and we've seen 3. And this is the boss, so... Slaves no more. Free. Free. Masters must pay. Masters must die. Never again. This is Gyges the Great. And there he goes. And with that, we've completed the 3 beginner dungeons. Ah, the Conqueror of Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Ul'dah will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papa Shan in the next time I see him. And as for you, you'll want to report to Mamodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. But please, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid for it with my own coin. What rot. You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggotery mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'll never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is me witness. Please, adventurer, help me, I beg ye. I swear on my mother's grave, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with my own coin I'd saved. I only want to treat me children to a decent meal. And who the hells are you to, when you're at home? The dog's master? I've had enough of this mummer's farce. You lot, teach him a lesson. And I'm going to... If you're an old Final Fantasy fan, listen closely to the music here. I'm going to try to make this battle go on a bit. At least if this is the same scene that I'm thinking of. I like to jam out to it because this is Final Fantasy II's battle theme. I honestly forgot I was level synced and didn't have to hold back. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. And the echo's hitting. I swear there are more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those ain't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is it the same thing happening to the other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps her situation is more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we'll always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire, patrolling the streets for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If there's no coin, you've no hope. What would become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins. Get your dodo tenderloins, guaranteed cheapest in Thanalan. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you think that Ul'dah was well on his way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. Sir, are you alright? Sorry, just learning some lore. What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. Aye, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? Grr, I will overlook this, but just this once. God's bless the adventurer. If it hadn't come along when you did, who knows what the monster might have done. It don't bear thinking about. All's well that ends well. We meet again. Pray do not mistake my intent, for it is always honorable. But I have been watching you ever since you departed Ul'dah. You played the part of envoy to perfection, confident as a man on a diplomatic mission should be, yet unfailingly courteous to your betters. And when your travels led you into the midst of danger, you faced it without so much as a flinch. You, my friend, are quite a marvel, and I confess to being somewhat in awe of you. Ah, but my lavish praise continues. Most of all, I was struck by your readiness to aid those in need, even when words were all that the reward you could expect to receive. Such selfishness is a rare thing in this day and age. All of which leads me to conclude that you are indeed the one whom I have been looking for, an adventurer possessed of a very rare set of qualities. To be sure, your rescue of the damsel in distress was more of a happy incident, but rescue her you did, and that is what matters in the end. I feel I should mention at this point, but I also harbor a burning interest in a certain talent of yours. I speak of your visions. You have been experienced visions, have you not? Well, it just so happens that I know a woman who shares your talent, and can help you understand it. She and I belong to the same organization, and we should both be delighted beyond words if you would agree to join our cause. Naturally, there are benefits to being a part of such a collective. For one, we should be glad to assist you in realizing your full potential as an adventurer. You need not give me your answers now. Think upon it, and if you feel moved to help us, as I pray you shall, speak with Momodi, the ever lovely and youthful mistress of the quicksand. Tell her the scions of the seventh dawn have found their man, and she will tell you where to find us. Seems like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pester me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing a tale of a gentleman's woe with the woman from time to time. Ah, Shadow, sorry to keep you waiting. I'll just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage adventurer. But gods, is it good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you've been at it hard with giants in the dark. I never doubted for a moment that you would succeed, of course, and neither did Papa Sean, which ain't to say he won't be overjoyed. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know her name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. It's a girl who killed her paladin. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avera, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fee not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Avera once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask your name. Shadow Blyson, I shan't forget. Thank you, Shadow Blyson. I pray we might meet again. Farewell. Adventuring can be cruel, bleeding mistress. Time was... I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. I thought it'd be right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be part of your lives. And that goes double for your Shadow. Yeah, what'd you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, Shadow, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well I know full well how capable you are, but even you wouldn't think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We're about to meet the cast of this game. So, you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear, if I painted certain death on the door and limitless wealth on the other, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose, on account of being old on. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Shadow. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is a place called the Wakened Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand, Shadow, and the days ahead promise to be busy. But I hope you won't forget your old friend Momoti. Drop in and tell me how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right, well, I've said my piece. Off you go. Okay. So we're about to meet all our new buddies here. Now this walk from Horizon to Vesper Bay is famous for being annoying, so I will use Foghorn to get over there. And here is the Awakened Sands. We're going to be coming here a lot. Oh no. Here, wait, hold up. Because my thing just dropped. I want to make sure that it's still appearing. Okay, we're good. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Tra-la-la-la-la-la. What? I would thank you for... I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised that this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... Here at the behest of Thancred? My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Okay, that one's gonna get it down. There we go. I think we're good. Shadow Blyson. Shadow Blyson. Ah, here you are. Ahem. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tadaru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. And it's actually not all the way up. I need to raise it up. There we go. Whoa, jeez. Dude, barging in here with a chocobo. I take it you were Shadow Blyson. Tadaru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Menphilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Menphilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power. And this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets. Okay, that's like gameplay stuff. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry, and now you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will provide invaluable to you in your venturing endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask you to aid us in the fullest extent of your talent. With the fullest extent of your talent. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now, you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you come to your decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Please keep it safe. Another Final Fantasy II callback. Well, what? I've never gotten the thing for hiring a retainer. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as primals. That's like exactly what she said before. I do not know what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this and give me your answer, Shadow. A Wild Rose by any other name. It's the name of this mission.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popolimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team.
I never doubted that you'd come. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina & Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Alright, so we've met our cast and crew, and we have our mission, and we're going to be dealing with our first primal here soon. So I think this is a great, story-wise, I think it's a fantastic stopping point. So I will see you guys next Saturday. And as always, stay awesome.